Hello my friends, welcome to a very wet day in the metal shop. I've been fighting a leaking door sill all day, and I've determined that there's a piece of the molding on the bottom there, just like a little flap on the outside that commonly rips off on these, and it's letting all kinds of water in here. I don't know if you can see it's traveling all the way back there. I got a little river there. It's pretty annoying. Thank God the car is up on jack stands. But anyway, today, just a very quick video, part of my doing the electronics, the wiring and everything. I've been wiring up the dash. This is going to be a very quick video. Sorry about the harshness of that light. Very quick video on how to properly wire up your Lucas headlight switch and your turn signal switch. This is the 31788 headlight switch, 3-position. It is an off, on switch. Okay, we'll get into that a little bit later. This is the 31743 turn signal switch, and I have it oriented this way, turned on its side for obvious reasons. It comes with a large paddle to differentiate between your other paddles, and this is what they used in the old days for your turn signals. Left-hand turn signal, manually gotta shut it off in the middle. Right-hand turn signal. So this is an on, off, on switch. All right, cool. Let's move over to the diagram and we'll go from there. All right, so first we're gonna do the 31788 switch headlights. Again, off, on. Now these diagrams are available online, and it's just a matter of kind of wrapping your head around it and deciphering exactly how to wire up the switch, and it's pretty simple. All right, 3-position switch, position 1, position 2, position 3, and it shows you what each position does, okay? So position 1 will power port plug number 1, 6, and 7, okay? So, and you get this nifty little diagram here, and you can see here on the back, you only have plugs, and they accept this type of push-on connector. You only have connectors on position 1. There is one on position 4, even though it's not shown on this diagram. There's one on position 1, position 4, position 6, position 7, and position 8. Okay, so already this diagram is a little bit confusing because it will not match up to the switch that you actually buy. And these are available from Finish Line. They're available from Merlin Motorsports in the UK. There's some eBay sellers. There's one in Georgia. You can get these switches. They're $20, $25 for the 3-position Lucas switches, and they're rated at 20 amps. So you should, in theory, be able to run your headlights through this switch. This is a 20 amp switch without running relays. That's up to you. Most guys like to run a relay. I don't think it's necessary with a 20 amp switch. I guess we'll see. So here is how this, and I'm not going to pull the switches out. They're already mounted, they're already wired. So I did a bigger diagram just to show you how I wired mine. Position 1, the power in to the switch. And that'll come from your wiring harness, headlight power, however it's labeled. It'll be position 1. And again, if we refer to this diagram here, position 1 supplies power to all 3 spots on, all 3 positions, 1, 2, and 3. So power in, position 1. Position 4, we're picking up our instrument lighting, okay? And here, we look here, position 2, we flip that switch up 1 click into the middle, and we're gonna pick up our instrument lighting, okay? And then 6, which is blank, we're not gonna have anything on 6, and we're gonna pick up 7, which is our tail lights. Now that's standard. So position 1, we're off. Position 2, we're turning on our dash lights, and we're picking up our tail lights. Tail lights Parking lights and taillights are wired together to position 7. Finally, we have position 8, and that is your headlights picked up from the high beam switch. Now you can use a floor mounted switch, a foot switch. The Cobras use a little, what they call a dip switch, which is basically just a 2-position switch mounted on your dash. So position 8 is for your headlights. And we look here, we go to position 3 on the switch, we have power, we're picking up 4, which is our dash lights. We are picking up 7, which is our tail lights. So our tail lights are going to remain on. And then finally, position 3, we're picking up 8, which is our headlights. Pretty simple. But there's really not much out there. That's why I did this video, to show just this. You have to figure it out for yourself. There's some good stuff on the Cobra forums, but nothing excellent on YouTube. All right, so let's move to 31743, the turn signals. And if you remember, again, I said this is an on, off, on switch. This one is a little bit more simple. And I did the diagram on its side because you're going to mount the switch, if you remember, on its side. And here, it's pretty simple. Position 1, we're picking up plugs number 2 and number 7. Position 2, again, that's the off, that's the center, has nothing because it's off. Position 3, we're picking up port number 7 and port number 8. So it's pretty simple. What we're going to do to wire this in is you have your turn signals, the cord in, the wire in from your turn signal switch will go to 7. And that is picked up by either side of the switch. Position 7 is your turn signal switch from your flasher in your fuse panel. Position 8 is going to be your right-hand directional. Position 2 will be your left-hand directional. They're actually reversed because if you think of the switch, you're flipping it this way, it's going this, it's making contact to this side. That's why when you flip it to the right, you're picking up the right-hand directional over here. Flip it to the left, you're picking up, or sorry, flipping it to the right, you're picking up the left-hand directional over here. So what you're doing is you're wiring your front and rear wires that go to the directionals together, left-hand side, right-hand side, turn signal switch. This is very simple. Okay, this one's very easy. If you do want to use this switch, you will have to have an external hazard switch. This won't accommodate your hazard switch. You're going to need a separate off-on switch to run both of them together. No matter what you do, you are going to need a separate switch. This also does not accommodate your brake lights. And generally the brake lights are run through the turn signal assembly. That's just the way it's done. I can't answer why that is, but that is the way that it's done. So hopefully this helps, provides you a little bit of insight. Turn signal, headlights with the Lucas switches. And you can wire one of these other switches over here, which is a simple off-on switch for your hazard switch and for whatever. All right, my friends, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope that this helps a few guys out with their Cobra projects or whatever they're wiring their Lucas switches in. They came in tons, all kinds of British cars, Jaguars, Triumphs, Austin Healeys, MGs, you name it. So anyway, I sincerely appreciate your support. Please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe. And take care, my friends. Happy motoring.